Galligan's Mattress Factory. Quality mattresses at factory prices.
Welcome back. You're on Good Afternoon Adelaide. I'm Jeremy Dome. And as always, I'm joined by my good friend Norman Vine.
Hello.
And of course, in the studio, returning, Sergeant Bob O'Brien.
Good afternoon.
Bob, it's great to see you, as always. I just wanted to point out those lovely shiny shoes. They really are quite spiffy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And Norman...
You're almost blinding me with those.
Oh, fantastic.
Sorry. Do you use turtle wax?
That could be a crime.
Well, you'd be the one to ask about that, wouldn't you?
And Norman, you've just come back from the half pipe, I see.
Oh, no. I know this is not what I usually wear on my feet. I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen, but I have misplaced my shoes this morning. I don't know. I could not find them, so I had to come here barefoot. And the wardrobe people, the good people down there, gave me these, which were the only ones they could find at such short notice. They are from the skateboarding program. So big ups to all you kiddies out there.
Fantastic, Norman. Perhaps you can show us how to do a kickflip later.
Well, I'll kick you. That's what I'll do.
Bob, great to see you. I just want to ask, that hat, that's not standard police issue anymore, is it?
Very.
Helmet, should I say.
Very well picked up there, Jeremy. It is not standard issue for the South Australia Police anymore. I wore it today as a ceremonial gesture. On this day, 40 years ago, we changed from the original Bobby helmet to the much more comfortable Akubra hat.
Yes.
So, to simulate what happened 40 years ago, I will now
Look at that.
transform.
Wonderful.
Oh, marvellous. It's a very good look, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, was that a controversial move at the time?
Oh, yes. The superintendent of the day, he was outnumbered by a lot of the corporals and sergeants to get this motion happening, to change the hat. You see, the brim is far too small on the bucket helmet.
Yes.
And this bright Australian sun, we need these large rims.
Very, very sensible, very sensible.
So you've got to modernise. It's progress.
Quite.
Okay, Bob, well, pleasantries over. I think it's time for us to ask that question that we ask every Friday. Is it a crime? Okay, Bob, we've got some very interesting callers who are going to be calling in, and they're going to be asking questions about various activities and whether they're criminal or not.
Lovely, yes.
You know the drill.
I look forward to it every week. I've got my book ready to go.
Ah, yes, and that the infamous pocket book of crime.
The pocket book of crime.
Yes.
Very big pocket.
Well, there are a lot of crimes, Norman. You might know a thing or two about some of them, I believe.
Well, I did study law for a week. But yes, I don't know every single crime. I mean, I probably know less than half of what's a criminal act.
And that's why Sergeant Bob Bryan is here.
That's right.
Now, that is the pocket book. The real book is Lock and Key on Wakefield Street, is that right?
Yes, the real book, the full book of crime, the complete book of crime, takes up a whole room in the on the Wakefield Street premises.
Yes.
Yes. So this is supplied with vehicles and bicycles.
Yes. So we'll have to make do with the pocket version for today, and you can check out one of those at your local library if you need to do the research yourself. But why not call in? That's what I say to you. And we do have the first person. We have the first caller, and it's Michael from Two Wells. Hello, Michael. You're on the air.
G'day, Jeremy. This is a question for the constable in residence. Bob, is it?
Yes, that's right. Yes, Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
Sergeant
Bob, I'm heading off on a bit of a cross-country drive to Melbourne tomorrow, and I'm wondering what the legal situation is with regard to bringing some fruit and vegetables across the border.
Yes, the fruit and vegetable. South Australia does have strict quarantine laws. Yes, so when you're coming back into South Australia, you need to dispose of all the fresh fruit and vegetables from any state or territory coming back into South Australia.
Yeah, right, mate, but what about heading from South Australia across the border into Victoria?
Who gives a toss about those bloody Victorians? That's what I say, Michael.
Yes, we don't have fruit fly here, so it wouldn't be a problem.
No,
Send all the vegetables over there.
you could pack your car with anything and take it over out of South Australia.
Yeah, well, let me run down what I got. I got about 6 kilograms of beautiful Riverland oranges. I got, a big sack full of cantaloupes. I've got some big bunches of Queensland bananas, some beautiful West Australian apples. They're really renowned for the apples that they grow over there. What else have I got? From the Blue Mountains, I've got some beautiful tropical mangoes and some Tasmanian watermelon.
Michael, these are not South Australian items. How did you get them into South Australia? Is that a crime, Bob?
Correct, yes, most definitely a criminal act result in, if it was that gentleman's first offence, a warning. So I'll provide a verbal and ethereal warning now.
Okay, you're on notice, Michael. Second caller, we have Meredith from Lonsdale. How are you, Meredith?
Oh, I'm wonderful, Jeremy. How are you, Jeremy?
Fantastic, Meredith. Couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. Now, what's your question for the lovely Sergeant?
Yes, is that Bob?
That's right, yes, Sergeant Bob here. Hello.
Hello, Bob. How are you?
Bordering perfection, thank you.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. I'm just wondering about my horse.
Oh, yes.
Is that a crime?
Wondering about the horse. I don't think they could arrest everyone who's ever wondered about a horse. I think that's would be impossible.
Oh, I don't think we're that far yet, Norman.
But a
no.
wandering horse is a crime.
Yes,
Your
lock up.
horse must be adjusted appropriately at all times.
Can't just wander around wherever they like.
No.
Now, was that your question, Meredith?
No, in my younger days I was a very keen equestrian, and of course Adelaide was very different back when I was a young girl. Really, you could just take the horse out in the school holidays and you could ride all the way from the city to Aldinga,
Yes, it was much flatter back then.
Oh, yes.
have a swim in the ocean and make your way back down South Road all in a day. It was a lovely day at the beach. But
Tell you what I don't miss. All of the piles of crap everywhere.
What I'm wondering,
Leaps and
Bob,
bounds. Oh, sorry.
what I'm wondering, Bob, is if I were to take my horse out on the road today, would that be strictly legal?
You would have to fulfil a few bits of the criteria for the traffic laws. I'll just get to T for traffic and run you through. So you would need to provide some sort of indication mechanism or lightage. Would you have that for the horse?
Oh yes, my horse has indicators.
Good. And now licensing. Either you or the horse, preferably both, would need a license.
Now that's a problem because I don't drive, but my horse does have a driver's license. Would that be okay?
Yes, no problem there. That's fine.
How do you get a driver's license for a horse? Is that just write it?
Well, the horse would need to pass its exams, of course, and if
We have the police greys, of course.
yes,
And we do a lot of that at the Theberton barracks. And we actually have a horse examination area at the Theberton barracks. We have little cones set up, and they must navigate obstacles. And
yes, only the best and brightest horses are out on the roads.
they always fail the breath test, though.
Oh, Bob, you're a character, an absolute character. Okay, Meredith, you're good to go.
Yes, well, that kind of examination that you mentioned, Bob, would actually be very handy for me right now, because I did take the horse just cheekily around the corner to the service station this morning to get its tyres inflated and also filled up its tank with petrol, and now it's looking very unhealthy, I have to say.
Off to the glue factory.
That's a crime. There, sorry to burst your bubble.
Always on the ball.
Yes.
Always on the ball.
That's why you're here.
Okay, thank you, Meredith. Let's wrap that up and head to Charles in Trott Park, if you believe that. You don't have any horses there, do you, Charles?
Oh, no horses here, mate. But I am just wondering, Bob, I've woken up this morning and found what I think could only be called a graffito tag scrawled all over the fence at the back of my house.
Oh, that's terrible. I hate it when people do that.
Yes, unless commissioned by a registered artist, the act of graffitiing is most definitely a crime. So you can report that to your closest police station. What does the graffito say or depict?
I'm just trying to make it out here. It looks like it says, Norman Vine is a wanker.
Let's get it off. I want names, I want places, I want dates. We're going to transfer you to the producer. He will take all this down. That's just what's the punishment for that? What? It better be 10 years at least.
Throw the book at him, Norman.
Yes, I'd love to throw the book at him. That's probably why you do it.
This is the one that we use. That's why we keep it with the patrol.
Throw the big one at it. Very, very.
That would be a crime.
I'm sure you look the other way in this sort of situation.
I don't endorse the crime of graffiti, but it would be almost impossible to catch the culprit in this instance. Any one of us could have graffitoed that particular tag. I mean, there's paint on all of our hands. I commend you, good citizen. You're doing the Lord's work.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Where is your faith in our police officers?
Bob, is what I just said a crime? I simply gave a young lad some encouragement.
Yes, but we mustn't...
He's inciting graffitoing.
Not a crime. Surely not a crime.
Look it up.
All right, Bob, you're going to look that up in the break. We'll be back with some more callers just after this, and you can tell us, was that a crime?